I need a bad girl to make my homie lose his cool. I need a bad girl who love listen to the bad Ice Cube. I need a bad girl to make me wanna break the roof. I need a bad girl, boom chicka wow wow, sex in my room.
Hi everyone, it is Miss Polly again. It is lovely to see you guys. I'm excited. I've been messing with some new things that I might use to. You guys know I'm kind of new to the editing game, so I'm still like trying to figure out what's the best way to edit and all those great things are in my videos. I'm doing streaming a lot, so bear with me if the video doesn't look like it usually looks because I don't have my other phone. And right now I also am going to let you guys know, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe if you'd like to hear more information about having better relationships, building, a pod or a poly relationship. If you're interested in just, building a better schedule for yourself so you can work better and manage your time better, all these wonderful things. I am a life coach, so I also have an app that I'm working on that I can launch here soon, so that people can make one-on-one, sessions with me so we can talk about those things. I have this YouTube channel, and I also have a Facebook page and a Facebook group that I assist with. It's called the Poly Lounge. I also have my own group. It's just Miss Polly Right. But if you guys find me on there, you guys can go ahead and inbox me if you need to contact me, so we can have a discussion if you like, and we can set you up on some sessions and get you guys going in the right direction. Today, after you subscribe, we are going to talk about scheduling. One of my YouTube viewers asked me, how will I manage new partners and things that come along, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of times I don't think about scheduling. The magical reason why is just for me personally. I don't need a schedule. Is Miss Polly again. It is lovely to see you guys. I'm excited. I've been messing with some new things that I might use to. You guys know I'm kind of new to the editing game, so I'm still like trying to figure out what's the best way to edit and all those great things are in my videos. I'm doing streaming a lot, so bear with me if the video doesn't look like it usually looks because I don't have my other phone. And right now I also am going to let you guys know, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe if you'd like to hear more information about having better relationships, building, a pod or a poly relationship. If you're interested in just, building a better schedule for yourself so you can work better and manage your time better, all these wonderful things. I am a life coach, so I also have an app that I'm working on that I can launch here soon, so that people can make one-on-one, sessions with me so we can talk about those things. I have this YouTube channel, and I also have a Facebook page and a Facebook group that I assist with. It's called the Poly Lounge. I also have my own group. It's just Miss Polly Right. But if you guys find me on there, you guys can go ahead and inbox me if you need to contact me, so we can have a discussion if you like, and we can set you up on some sessions and get you guys going in the right direction. Today, after you subscribe, we are going to talk about scheduling. One of my YouTube viewers asked me, how will I manage new partners and things that come along. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of times I don't think about scheduling. The magical reason why is just for me personally. I don't need a schedule. I don't need a schedule as of yet. I'm not against scheduling. Scheduling actually usually is needed when you're poly. So, that is really interesting. I don't use one. So the reason why right now I don't really use one and we're going to discuss in this video why you should use it and how you can use it, and what fits best for you. So like I'm a big promoter of, everyone knows I'm a big promoter of, everything is supposed to be built for you. What I do will not work for you, and maybe it will. So these are reasons why you have to build your life and everything around you that's kind of based on you. You sometimes looking at people giving ideas is awesome, and then applying those ideas to yourself and seeing if they work for you. That's how we kind of get along. So for me at this time, I have 2 partners. Now, I will say I have 2 partners, and through the time I've been with them, sometimes their scheduling and stuff has changed, and so different times and different amounts of energy is needed for each partner. Okay, so right now with the 2 partners I have, one I don't see as much as I used to. They're going through some things, and it's not that I'm not there for them or anything like that. It's just that they're going through some stuff, getting things together, just like myself. I've gotten a little busier also with putting all these things together. And since I have ADHD, really, making sure I don't get distracted is part of it. And so sometimes I'll have to make a schedule for myself to make sure I'm hitting those goals. But when it comes to making time for the partners I'm with, you're going to see what kind of partners you have. So one partner has a little bit less, he has less time with me in person. And then I have another partner who is with me now. And then I have children, of course. And I work on this business, and I do go to work. So yes, it is a lot, but to me, I don't realize it's a lot, if that makes sense. So I will tell you, one of the key factors, also I'm dating. But one of the key factors I will say in having these relationships and everything, definitely time is important, especially if you're dealing with, listen to this, if you're dealing with women. So since I am obviously a woman and I deal with men, time is a little different. Time's a little different for them. What they enjoy with time and how they spend it with their partners are different. If I was a man and I was a polygamist dating multiple women, that is going to be different because women view time different than men most of the time. This is not, remember, I don't include everybody. There's always somebody who's going to be different. But most of the time, women value time from a man as really kind of a shower to how much they care about them and how much they want to be in that relationship. That's usually how women view it when it comes from a man. When it's from a woman, like myself, I know that men don't necessarily equate time with feelings. So yes, that is, let's just talk in general real quick. Yeah, if you like something and you want to pursue it and all that, yes, you will spend time, you will make time. Absolutely. That's why there is, everybody calls it the beginner stage, where you're just head over heels and you're spending a lot of time with your partner. When you first meet them, you're really engaged. It's the honeymoon phase. It's because that happens. But once that honeymoon time ends, you go back to practical life. I hate the honeymoon stage. I hate it because it doesn't feel normal. It's just like this overexcitement, but I know when it dies down, well, what is there? So that's why building good relationships is important, because when the honeymoon's over, then what is next? And that's where you have to see, because some people just like the honeymoon feeling of being really excited to meet partners. You're going to try new things with them. You're going to get to know them, and it's going to be exciting. And so, but when that's over, that's what I like. So I like a lot of normal interaction. So how do I do this? Well, being able to multitask is very important. I will tell you, I enjoy spending lots of regular time with my partners. So some partners I know have different needs. So different activities I might set aside. But I like the normalcy. So like if I'm going to the store and you say, hey, let's go to the store, I'm going to Walmart, I'm gonna meet you at Walmart too. Like that. That's really a lot of the times what things I do. It's not always dating. Like, listen, dating get expensive. I'm not trying to spend all this money going out. I do like to go out, I'm a foodie. I love going to try new food. I love, going to see new things. I love going to the movies. Like, I like those things. So that's fun. But like, I also could literally have you on my phone and video call you and sit and watch a movie. And even if you're at work or you're doing something else, that interaction is like really nice for me. That's a lot of intimacy for me. I'm not a big person on physical touch when it comes to, that's my way of displaying my love. I just don't. I'm not like, oh, let me touch on you. No. I can sit across from you and feel like I've had the best time with you and I've never touched you. Like, that's for me. Like, I'm fine with that. So in a way, I'm kind of guyish, mannish, I guess, with that. So I can really enjoy just having you on the phone. I'm watching a movie and you're getting ready for work. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be awesome. So normal activities. So I integrate normal activities with a lot of my partners, and do a lot of, now I will say this, when I first meet someone, I do not add them deeply into the scheduling of me and my children and what we do with my main partners. I usually don't interact heavily when it comes to that right at the beginning. You don't know if these people that you meet are going to be in your life for a very long time, or it may be short or small. But you gather that information. But hanging out and stuff like that, that's cool. Meeting the kids, that's cool. You can say, hey, this is a friend, because that's what's happening or whatever. But yeah, interacting with my family is one way. So like, for example, like if we're going to go, when you have kids, I have kids, and we're all going to go to the fun house. I know it's a fun house. That's what I call it, the bounce house. Then we'll just all go to bounce house one day, because that's an activity with the kids. We're interacting. I like to interact, okay, hey, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna make cookies today. And then I love holidays. So like every holiday, I'm sorry, my baby's here. Every holiday is a time for excitement. And as you can see, I even have a little one here. He's 4, and so like, that kind of interaction, that's awesome. So those are kind of ways that I kind of add a schedule. I will tell you, I think a lot of people don't recognize their scheduling issues. If you know that, your partner, first off, you need to find your max. I talk about partner maxes. There is a partner max. You should know your partner max if you're a poly. And try to structure around that, because some people cannot manage too many people. I literally am one of those people who I can manage large amount of interactions with bigger numbers. But even myself, I have a number, and I keep that number because it's important, because I've tested it that like this is too many and I can't function real well and give the people that I'm with, the amount of time and love I want to give them. And so that just doesn't work. But absolutely integrating them into your daily normal life is really a big part of how I keep my scheduling together without actually writing down a schedule. So no, me personally, I don't use schedules. So, but now there's a second part, because I want you guys to have 2 parts to this. So the second part, that's just how I do. I don't need a schedule. I just manage around my partners based on the fact that I interact with them more on a normal daily basis and interact with them in the daily activities that I do. I do a lot of video chats. I do a lot of phone calls, and I do meet people. I'm big at kind of mingling and making things like, I like to function as a family. I function like a family. So I just have a big family. I just have a big family, and we function around that. So on the other hand, if you are a person who is working and you have a partner, and then you maybe, is this for single or not single? You're single, what I mean, like not married or anything like that. And then you have another partner that you like to add to the mix. So scheduling is important. A lot of times, if you are transitioning, scheduling is important, because in your mind, based on monogamy in our society, you are used to equating the time that you're given with someone with the amount of how much they care about you, and the amount of time they give to you is really reflecting that. You're also shown that when you start pulling back on time, things like that there's something wrong. What you would like to do is first decide on how much time you have available. You definitely want to get a Google calendar set up if you need to. Just the reminders of dates. And I don't mean you have to put in there every day everything you're doing, but like if you have a date with someone on Thursday, you set up a date Thursday. Boom, I'm gonna hang out with John on Thursday. And then, on Saturday you have this event you want to go to, and you're gonna bring, Tom. So then there you go. So these are the things you're gonna do, is set that up so it reminds you so you won't forget. Sometimes people have consistent schedules all through the week because their partners have a consistent schedule. So you just set up those days. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I spend time with John because he's not at work and he has open time available to hang out with me. So then that's when you would set those times up. And then if you have a main partner you live with or anything like that, they would just have those other times. And then maybe you have a date night on Sundays, once the first Sunday of the month. That's the kind of things you want to do to set up kind of a schedule. Now, I don't want to get too detailed. Like I said, these are services that I usually provide. Services I provide, as a service that you guys can get as part of a package. If you want to talk about your schedule, we can talk about that in detail and then make a schedule that fits you and talk about how to manage those things. Go. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Bye. I'll see you later. Okay.
Chicken.
Okay, sir. And he loves chicken. He just likes talking about, hey, bag bully. So what you want to do basically for your scheduling is going to write down what your schedule looks like, kind of write down how much time your partner needs, and then kind of fit them into those things. Like I said, if you are in this situation where you're starting new, trying to schedule out everything, it really is just like scheduling a date with someone. I don't think scheduling is horrible, but planning things. The only time I see people really complaining about the scheduling is when they feel like either their love language is time and then you don't have enough time for them, or if you are having your honeymoon phase with a partner and the other partner is feeling like you're not giving them time. So then scheduling time is very important to make sure that your other partner knows that they are still important, because you don't want them to get the impression that you just ran off with someone else. I think, as I said, when you're being monogamous transition, or even if you're just monogamous, people forget that, like, when you get past the honeymoon phase and you go back to regular, just I'm gonna do this how I live every day, you just take for granted the time that you have with someone because you think they're always going to be there. And that's the thing. You may think that in your head and you're fine, but someone else is feeling the neglect from your time, and your time equals that. And especially if you're spending that time with someone else, then it seems as if you value someone else more than others. So these are things to watch out for. These are triggers to a lot of people. This is a really big issue just in monogamy transitioners, because that's what it equates to a lot of people who start cheating and things like that. Oh, you stop spending more time with me, you stop doing these are triggers because this is what it means. And a lot of time it is they've lost interest, or they don't want to be with you anymore. They don't want to say anything, so they just take time away. And not necessarily on purpose for you to see it, but that just happens. So what you want to do is, in a poly relationship, if that's what you choose to do, and even in monogamy, but make sure your partner is aware of the importance the importance of spending time with you, and how those moments translate into being, and being very close to them. I think, another issue sometimes comes up is you have a partner who you've been with maybe for a long time, because this happens to a lot of people. But your partner's schedule has changed, something in their life's going on, and they're not hanging out with you as much, and then they feel that same thing. They feel like, okay, well, the other person's hanging out with them more. They're getting closer to them, and that could trigger things. So like you just want to be mindful of these things and make sure your partner knows they're special to you. Have special things set up. So that's why scheduling is very important, even amongst poly people, because I think just normal monogamous interaction, that's just what we do. We get with someone, and then we slowly start changing the time we spend with someone and things like that. And that's where it's just like, oh yeah, she's just there, and everyone wants to feel special. And so you got to remember, like, they're like you. Like, you want to feel like you guys are special. Your connection's still there. That's why you should have those activities set up. And it's just a recipe for success. It's like even at your job, you want to be reminded that you are needed, loved, and cared for. And I just said loved. Because if you go to work, you get an ass taste in your mouth. You go to work, nobody's telling you did a good job. No one's telling you, they don't care if you have if you have a birthday. No one cares that something positive happens to you. Like, no one can, they're not really interacting with you to the point where making you feel like you're wanted. A lot of people want to leave, and if you can't leave a job because it's good or whatever, like, you don't like being there. And that's what happens. I don't want to be like that with my partner. So definitely, guys, take the time to schedule. If you need a schedule, recognize you need a schedule, because you'll hear, especially if more than one partner, you will hear it more than one time. And if you hear it multiple times from multiple people, it probably means you have to look at yourself and reflect. So if your partner's saying, hey, you don't spend enough time with me, take it as, take your partner serious, because they mean that. Having those conversations, very important. Everyone knows, like I said, poly is about conversing, having a lot of interaction, being with each other, even if that is, through communication only or whatever, but having those conversations, because if you don't have those conversations, you're going to be lost. And being honest, because conversations not only have to be honest, I can't help you if you're not being honest about what you want. And I don't think that people should have to chase you down for answers. But yeah, I mean, you can keep pursuing it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's not going to keep going around a circle. and then also, when you're going to do that, is be honest, communicate, and then action. Everyone forgets the action, because you've heard people say, well, we talk about it all the time and nothing changes. Action. Make a plan to fix the issue. And if you don't know how to do that, like I said, please get with someone, a life coach, a therapist. A lot of times therapists help you work through your issues, and you can't talk through it. But yeah, work with someone, even if it's a therapist. Therapists can provide medication. So like I said, I struggle with ADHD. If you guys have not seen my videos, a lot of times, sometimes I'll get distracted, or I'll get on a tangent and I'll move on to something else. These are things that I have, being late is part of that, things like that. And so I work really hard to try to go above that, and that's with no medication. So some people might need medication to help them get organized if they're dealing with a little bit of anxiety, that helps them back from keeping commitments, because they're always afraid to make decisions, things like that. So healthcare, if mental health care is not scary, it's there to help you if you need that. Meditating, making time. So these are all these things you want to consider while you're thinking about making a schedule, and managing your time with people. So definitely, guys, get a schedule if you need it. The tip, like I said before, would be, if you have partners who are local, integrate them with your daily life activities. If they're not local, still do the same thing. Like I said, webcams. You guys, I don't deal with Apple very much, but FaceTime, all those things. We have so many ways to interact with each other now. It doesn't matter where you are. Making your time special, any ways necessary, and then carving out time for that person. So if that works for you. But yeah, the modifying people to be added into your daily life is the best way too. I will add this also, like I just said, is because if you do at some point decide to integrate them into a household living situation, you guys have already started to learn about each other's schedule, about how you work, how you function, how your daily routines will combine, because you've already started that process, technically speaking. So when someone comes into your actual home, the transition is a lot smoother because they're already knowing you go to gym at 6. They already know you go to bed at 3. Like, because you've had those interactions throughout the day because they're part of your daily life. So yeah, definitely take that time to think about those scheduling. If, like I said, if you guys need help or want to make a one-on-one appointment or a session with me, go to any of the links that have a link down below. And I also have my Facebook, I have Instagram, Miss Polly, all those places. Go ahead and reach out to me and we'll work out something for you guys and get you on the right track to be in the best relationship that you can be in. So I'll see you guys another time. Thanks.